From spoilers that no one asked for, to the complete disaster that Phase 5 has been so far, here's why fans hate the new Marvel's trailer. Yes, the new Marvel's trailer just dropped. And newsflash, the fans are not digging it at all. And get this, it's now the most disliked MCU trailer on YouTube. Why all the hate? Well, for starters, it gave away the entire mystery of the trio's powers. Yes, the new trailer's already revealed the big mystery about the film's main trio, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Photon, and how their powers are all linked to each other. Now, if you've binged Miss Marvel, you know by now that Kamala's bangle gives her light manipulation powers, but the trailer gave away the big secret that her bangle's connected to Dar-Ben's bangle, which links her powers to Carol and Monica's. But hold up, why give away this important detail? So far, the three MCU arcs were following very different plot lines. I mean, on one hand, we've Captain Marvel exploring space, while Nick Fury contacts Rambeau or Photon at the end of WandaVision, and on the other, we've got Kamala, who's still coming to terms with her new powers. And of course, to bring all three superheroes together does need a lot of context, but fans are angry at how the trailers handled the setup. If you're a Marvel fan in the first place and are going to watch the movie, you'd know about their individual powers, or at least look it up before going to see the movie. I mean, all three of them have light-based powers, so a teaming was expected. And if you're a comic fan, you'd know they can switch places when using their abilities. So did you need that in-your-face trailer reveal? Nope, not really. Especially because this all links to Zaw Ashton's villainous Dar-Ben, the big bad guy everyone's anticipating in the new movie, and the film's already told us how the trio's going to defeat him. Like, where's the surprise? The thrill? I'd like to have a word with the marketing team for this one. To be fair, there's a good reason for the trailer's reveal. As much as I loved the show, it did have a very disappointing viewership, and most of the Marvel fan base hates the Disney Plus shows. Y'all know how much hate She-Hulk got, right? So there's a huge divide in the Marvel fan base right now, and one side of it is outright rejecting the Disney Plus installments. Yes, they think that to understand the upcoming Marvel films, they should not be asked to go through the torture of seeing these shows. So considering this, it makes sense why the trailer would reveal the mysterious link between the Marvels, because many fans don't even know who Kamala is. But while you can forgive them for this outrageous slip-up, fans just can't look past their dislike for Brie Larson. Yes, it's no secret by now, the Captain Marvel star's gotta be the most hated woman in the franchise. Even if the actress bagged a Best Actress Oscar in 2016 for her Room performance, and loads of credits for so many genres, she just can't catch a break these days, and her portrayal of Carol Danvers is a huge part of the problem. If you recall, the film's overall plot was blasted by critics as boring, the dialogues were lazy, and when you get lines like, "I'm not going to fight your war, I'm going to end it," you can't help but roll your eyes at the cringe factor. How do you even end a movie without fighting it? To have someone like Danvers end up being one of the most powerful Marvel Universe's characters rubs fans the wrong way. And it isn't just about how the character was written. Many fans called Larson's performance too flat, looking emotionless in so many scenes. Why choose her for such a big role when you have so many other more likable actresses? But most people don't even think it's her acting that's a deal breaker. It's the actress's politics behind the big screen. After taking the main role of Captain Marvel, Brie's transformed into some sort of social justice warrior, using her newfound influence to promote the need for diverse film critics and interviewers, trying to spread awareness in a white male world in Hollywood. But for most people, her statements come off as man-hating. Remember when she said she doesn't need a 40-year-old white dude to mansplain her job? Yeah, that sure did lose her a lot of fans. To be fair, most of the Larson hatred is unfair. Sure, you can have your opinion about any actor or role, but at this point, it just sounds like fans bringing down female celebs for the sake of it. And most of that doesn't have to do with the actress herself, but how Captain Marvel's been marketed, which is another major complaint about the trailer. It's the unnecessary feminist agenda Marvel keeps pushing for. If you're keeping up with the Marvel drama, you'd know folks aren't happy about Captain Marvel being played by a woman. In the comics, Captain Marvel's originally a man. So many are seeing this casting choice as yet another woke agenda and attack Marvel Studios for feminism washing. Even the trailer, which features 3 female heroes, got 2,100 dislikes on YouTube in just 11 hours. Fans are review bombing the trailer to make a political statement, commenting how the trailer's reeks of fake wokeness. Sadly, a lot of the recent MCU projects are facing this backlash, like how She-Hulk kept getting so many bad reviews, that too by people who hadn't even watched it. Marvel movies should be seen for their visuals and strong storytelling, and superheroes that inspire you, not to trash talk about politics. And come on, it's 2023. Do we need to hate superhero movies with women at the center? Like, at least least give it a chance. But many have already given up hope, and fans are nervous the Marvels would be messier than Captain Marvel. Yep, trolls had a field day when this movie came out, because it couldn't stop stressing how Captain Marvel was a woman. And can you blame the trolls? Especially after the teaser where the word her appears before the letter O to spell out hero. What was Marvel even thinking? A lot of fans compared Captain Marvel with Wonder Woman, the DC female hero counterpart, who fans think was handled much better, and everyone jumped on the cancel bandwagon. With the new trailer showing 3 major female characters, many fear the film's going to repeat its mistake of over-politicizing everything and focus way too much on the female angle, rather than just letting the characters speak for themselves. Hear me out. I love a kick-ass superhero movie with a deeper political message, like Black Panther, that did an amazing job at balancing the two. But the writers seem to be blatant when it comes to their female superheroes. Overstating their strengths without making them earn them, like Hulk and Thor, gives them very little emotional growth. Why would you root for someone who had everything handed to her so easily? No wonder people aren't too hyped about Kamala or Captain Marvel. And while it's easy to ignore the toxic internet trolls, you can't overlook how Marvel isn't producing quality movies anymore. It's pretty obvious. The superhero franchise is struggling right now, going with quantity over quality. The result? The superheroes just seem underwhelming, with so many options to choose from, like DC's recent revamping and Prime Video's The Boys. Marvel's no longer got a monopoly in the superhero business, and they have to keep up with the competition. You can't just throw an obscene amount of money on the cast and hope fans will love it despite the drop in storytelling. Sure, they're trying to bring in more diverse heroes with cultural backstories, like Miss Marvel's vibrant setting in Pakistan and Moon Knight's connection with Egypt, but their character arcs still seem so predictable that all their movies end up looking the same. The franchise keeps milking out superhero content, but there's a clear lack of goal for its extended universe. If you ask me, that's the biggest problem with MCU's recent Phase 5. Obviously, not every movie in the previous phases was a masterpiece, but even the worst MCU movies, like Thor: A Dark World, was connected to a bigger narrative, so you could forgive one bad chapter if the overall book was worth it. With the recent phase, though, they've completely lost their footing. Phase 5 was off to a shaky start with Ant-Man 3, which was supposed to lay the groundwork for Marvel's next era of storytelling. But instead of connecting with its older, disillusioned fanbase, Quantumania ended up feeling like a filler episode because there's just so much to sift through in the new universe. The biggest hook of MCU was the development their superheroes went through, like Tony Stark battling his alcoholism and Steve Rogers being uprooted in time. But now all you get from Marvel is epic, big-scale battles and way too many characters to keep track of. Honestly, even the most devoted Marvel fan can't handle so many plot lines. It's about time Marvel learns that more is not always merrier. So from Phase 5's terrible start to the spoilers that no one asked for, that's all why fans hate the new Marvel's trailer.